Damon and Jo here. We've been asked by Warner Brothers to make a sponsored video about the upcoming movie The Sun Is Also a Star.
Compared to the lifespan of the universe, our lives begin and end in a single day.
The movie that's coming out is a traditional love story with a modern twist. First of all, it's interracial, so you already know that we're like big supporters of it. Second of all, it's talking about love, whether it's fate,
destiny,
or consequence,
serendipity,
circumstance,
and coincidences.
Okay. Anyways, you could tell that this is the kind of video that's gonna get you thinking.
You know, Jo and I can get philosophical on you.
What is it that makes two people meet and fall in love? And plus, if Damon sheds a tear over the trailer alone, you know it's gonna be a good movie.
Now I don't hardly know her, but I think I could love her.
Y'all, when I watched the trailer for this movie, I said sign me up directly.
Listen, I wasn't born here.
What?
My family is leaving tomorrow.
I'm in the front row of the cinema.
Maybe by telling stories, we will be better able to answer the question of if things happen by fate or by circumstance.
You know, while most of these stories technically revolve around love, mine did revolve around love, but they panned out a different way. They panned out in more of like a friendship way, or, you know, we'll see actually.
So here's the story of how I started dating Sean. It was a Friday night, I had a bowl of cereal in hand and I had my phone swiping on all the dating apps because I was looking for a new honey. I wanted a little boo thing for 3 months in London, and what I ended up getting was not that.
This is the moment that happens when you're a traveler. I'm sure you can relate because you watch this channel. Jo and I have 1,000 of these unspoken stories that never made it into videos, where you meet the person of your life and then the next day you have to leave, or they have to leave, and you're like, when are we gonna see each other again? Cue Milosh.
So I end up going on this dating app. Pause the story. Are dating apps circumstantial because you're going on these apps knowing what you're looking for, or do you still, like by fate, happen to match with somebody because you happen to be on your phone at the same time as somebody else? You know what I'm saying?
I was in this club in Germany, maybe you saw that one video. I was in the club and I see this guy and I'm like, whoa, like totally my type. I go up to him. He was such a nice guy. He was gentle, he was sensitive. We connected so much so that I'm like, after a few hours in the club, I need to see you again. He's like,
he the one that left you on the park bench?
Oh no, that was another guy. See, that one wasn't meant to be.
Anyways, the reason why this story is different is because normally dating apps have geographical restrictions. As in, you have to be in the same city at least, or the same country. We weren't even in the same time zone.
I told Milosh, no, I'm not, this isn't just now, like I need to see you again. Like I need to take a train to Belgium, you need to come to Paris, we need to see each other again. I said my train's leaving tomorrow. I left and I was bummed, you know, I'm like, dang, like maybe I won't see him again. Maybe that was just for that moment. Yet then, I show up to the train station the next day. Who do I see? Milosh! Milosh wasn't even taking a train. He drove to Cologne, Germany, where we were.
So I matched with this guy named Sean, and then I look at Damon, I'm like, look at this guy. And Damon says,
I could see you dating someone named Sean.
I'm thinking like, this guy's not gonna message me. Like, he's way too attractive. He messages me, and I'm like, what do I do? And I'm like, I wish I could get a drink with this guy or go out to coffee with this guy, but I'm in London and he's in Los Angeles. So then I don't meet him for 2 months.
He had no reason to be in this train station other than the fact that he was hungry. He stopped in for lunch and I was getting my train and I walked by and I'm like, Milosh? He's like, you said we needed to see each other again. And we did, y'all. Let me know in the comments below what you think this means. Do I need to go move in with Milosh?
What happened next?
Well, he had a boyfriend.
Well, okay. Next story.
They were in an open relationship. Next story.
It's getting hot in here. Is it just a love story or is it Hawaii?
No, it's pretty hot in Hawaii.
It's actually so hot, like 80% humidity. 2 freaking months go by. I'm like, man, this guy forgot all about me. As I land on US soil, the first person that messages me out of nowhere is him.
I know Joe's still going on about Sean, so let me tell you one last story. His name was Alex, and I bring this one up because I'm genuinely curious if this was meant to happen or not, because I was not the one who called Alex over.
So, when are you coming back to LA? And I'm like, oh, I'm actually on the way there now. Do you want to pick me up from the airport? I said it as a joke. Homie's like, give me your flight information.
I was with my friend Paul. We were in Paris walking down a street on our way to a certain restaurant or bar. I see this guy and I'm like, see Paul, like I know we don't spend much time together, but that guy is exactly my type. Paul, my friend, goes,
Hey, you! Come over here!
He comes to LAX, which is a trip most people avoid at all costs, even for people that they do know. And just a reminder, before we keep this party going, this video was brought to you by Warner Brothers. The Sun Is Also a Star. Thanks for sponsoring. I like this topic. And then I left LA. I was like, dang, I got feelings for this guy. And when you travel a lot, you're like, oh, you meet people, you fall in love, and then you leave, and you think that that's just gonna be it.
Guy comes over. Paul's like, so where are you going? This guy was heading to another restaurant. We're like, cool, we'll join you. This restaurant date turns into 3 more dates. And it just makes me wonder, was that meant to be? Because I didn't do it. What do you think?
What happened next?
It didn't last.
He had a boyfriend too?
No.
I go back to London. I was like, hey, come visit me in London. He's like, just book my flight. I'm like, what?
Like a week later from the time you guys first met, he was in London. And I was like, who? Like,
Let me keep telling the story. 3 magical days in London. I'm like, dang, I just fall in love with London. He looks at me, he's like, wow, I love how, you have no inhibitions. I'm like, that's not true. Because if I didn't, I would tell you that I love you. Like, I really wanted to.
I went on 3 dates with him, and then over time you just realize that maybe these chance encounters that happen on the street, maybe they aren't meant to last. Maybe they are, maybe they were just meant to be those moments.
Maybe you learn something on that date that you'll use to get you closer to the person that you're supposed to be with.
I would have never gone up to him personally, but the fact that my friend was there, maybe it was just the fact that all those circumstances happening at once were meant to happen, which made it happen.
So was
Or was it supposed to happen? Because I wouldn't have done it by myself.
So what's your answer?
Joe, I don't know.
Sean leaves and it was the look back. It was the he taps his Oyster card and he looks back and I look back and I hold on to the beautiful 3 days we just spent together. He leaves. I have no idea when I'm gonna see this guy again.
Rule number 1, Joe, you can't do the look back. You have to leave each other at a corner where you physically, even if you do look back, they're not gonna be there. That was mistake number 1. They're like, I want to believe that everything is meant to happen because then it makes our lives meaningful. Every moment that we're spending has value in some sense, like it could lead to another action. It's the butterfly effect that leads you on to find your next true love or your next career path or the next video you click on. So maybe it's that these events that we think are so serendipitous are actually serving a greater purpose in our lives. If Joe's still telling her story.
It all worked out and I ended up moving back to LA, not for him, but it was a good bonus. And now we're in a very good relationship, you guys. So I think it was fate. Because if I wasn't bored eating a bowl of cereal on the couch on a Friday night in London, swiping on an app that doesn't have any geographical restrictions, I would have never matched with him, which means we wouldn't have met.
And there were so many ways for you guys not to meet, for you guys not to be together, but the fact that you still did meet, I want there to be something there, but
I think it's fate. I think it's fate.
who can be so sure? Did you figure it out? Do you know the answer?
I know my answer.
Well, I don't.
I'm team fate. Clearly that means you're team circumstance.
No, everyone wants to be team
You're
fate.
team
That's
Libra.
the fun side to be on.
It's not the fun side, it's the logical side. It's the most illogical side. Team fate is the true believers, the hopeless romantics.
Hello, have you ever seen my videos on this channel? I am the most hopeless romantic.
Is it fate or is it circumstance? Comment below because clearly we can't make up our minds.
I want to read. I know you guys are smart. Y'all are from all parts of the world. You speak different languages. I'm curious if there's something in your culture or your language that has made this more of an obvious choice for you.
Do you feel like it's more fun for it to be circumstance because then you feel like you have more power over your choices, or do you think it's more fun for it to be up to fate because then you never know what you're gonna get?
See, but then you could be that person that's yeah, I don't really need to work today because my path is determined.
Yeah, but that's not what the universe does. The universe reciprocates good things, so then that means that it's by circumstance, because then you have to want to change your life for the universe to give you change.
Or maybe fate has already determined that some people will be go-getters and some people won't be go-getters, and that's just how both these people's lives will turn out. Please comment below. Please subscribe to our channel. We're trying to hit 2 million. Please go watch the movie May 17th. The Sun is Also a Star by Warner Brothers.
Thanks again, Warner Brothers, for sponsoring this video, and I'm gonna go dust up my journals and figure this out.
Joe's gonna be over there
March 17th, 1998. I looked at a boy. It changed my life. No, it didn't. Bye.
Thank you. That was a fun sponsored video.
That was fun. Was that fate or circumstance?
Was that a gnat on my leg?
Wasn't on my arm.
Maybe I'll have to go to the hospital and that's where I'll meet my next husband. My next husband, because I divorced 2 already. Okay, I'm hungry and I need to eat. How's my British accent?
Not that good.
Cool.
With the digital age, do I think that dating apps are fate driven? I actually don't know.
Wow.